about Victor and Alice. I'm Tracy Blanker, principal.
Mercedes Ramos, assistant principal.
Abigail Ventura, music teacher.
Stephanie Martinez, first grade teacher.
Erica Garcia, and I'm a parent.
At Victor and Alice Elementary, our mission is to create lifelong learners through rigor, relevance, and relationships. Tonight, we will focus on relationships. Markayla would like to come up here, and she prepared a speech about why Victor and Alice is great.
What makes Victor and Alice a good place to learn is there are a lot of fun subjects like science and math. The math is engaged New York, so it's new but really fun and easy to understand. A lot of teachers are nice, so it makes it fun to learn. They make fun activities like running club and at math day. One of the best activities is dodgeball tournaments at the end of the year. Another good thing that makes Victor and Alice a good place to learn is nobody bullies. Victor and Alice is a great place to learn because we have a counselor and a nurse to keep us healthy, and a wonderful principal and vice principal. We also have leaders in the school, which are student council kids. My friends help me if I miss a day, and they also help me when I'm struggling. A lot of kids at Victor and Alice want to be friends with you, and they make it a lot of fun to learn. Our school does fundraisers, so we can go on an awesome field trip. The teachers are nice too. Teachers try extra hard to help struggling students, so we have interventionists, parents, and tutors. Victor and Alice is a wonderful place to learn.
As you can see, Victor and Alice is changing over time. If you drive by, you will see the housing development forming around us. In 1987, Victor and Alice opened its doors. And you can see this is one of the first pictures. There were no houses around, very limited playground equipment. In 2015, we are becoming a neighborhood school. We have 5 housing developments surrounding us, and one going up as we speak. You can see we have houses directly behind our property, and we have expanded the playground equipment. So we're very excited to become a neighborhood school.
All right, I'm going to talk about community involvement. Our first thing is our partner in education is Lewis Hooper and Dick. Lewis Hooper and Dick really helps us with school supplies. They come into our school and interact with our students for lunch bunch. They provide a ice cream social for our kindergartners, and they do a really great job with teacher appreciation. We have a teacher McDonald's night and a Freddy's appreciation night where the teachers, community, and students sort of come together to help out and raise some money for our school. We have a blood drive, our first ever blood drive in October. We had about 20 staff members, and we ended up donating about 17 pints of blood. As you heard before, we have a fabulous wellness committee who put together 3 5Ks. Our first one was in January. It brought in about 167 community members. We had 2 food drives this year. The first one went to benefit students in our own school. The second one went to benefit a local church. We also have Friends of the Farm and Ag Day, which bring in members of the community that have to do with agriculture, and they sort of set up station for our students to experience various aspects of agriculture. We also bring the zoo in, and they show our students animals and different things, and they get to experience that. As I mentioned, the food drive, we also have a choir, which meets on Mondays and Fridays from 3 to 4:15. There's a little picture of them. In December, we went to Christmas caroling at the Garden Valley Retirement Home, the Homestead, and our Partners in Education, LHD. We also have a YMCA, and we participate in Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Erica Garcia is a parent from Victor Annalis. We have a short video. I hope it plays. We may have to come back. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
Whoops, sorry.
Victor Annalis encourages parent involvement with activities such as health literacy and math nights. They also do a fall carnival and multicultural night. Also with field trips, grade level parent nights, and parent workshops that bring the school's families together. They have a Thanksgiving and Christmas lunch where parents are encouraged to come and eat lunch with their children, an angel tree, and they also do meal boxes during the holidays. And classroom volunteers, they encourage parents to come in and help in the classroom. And then PTO as well, getting parents involved in the classroom and students in school is very important at Victor Annalis.
Okay. And I'm Mercedes Ramos, the assistant principal, and I'm going to talk to you about opportunities for our VO students. We have a lot of opportunities at our school. So one of the things that we have is morning math tutoring, and right now we're currently servicing second graders, third graders, and fourth graders. We have 53 kids that we're providing tutoring before school starts, and our paras and Diana Denniston, our math coach, is actually the person who runs the tutoring program. And we also have interventions. We have reading interventions that service all kids that are in Tier 3 and Tier 2 based on Ames. And also we're very happy that we are also providing interventions for math students. We are providing interventions for kindergarten students, first grade students with early math numeracy, and then we're also servicing second grade students. We don't really have the staff yet to provide it for third and fourth graders, but we're working towards that. And then as Ms. Van Timmeren had said, we also have VO choir, which is led by Ms. Van Timmeren. And we also have a Harry Potter club that's led by our second grade teacher, Ms. Tammy Yuki. We have a running club, a recess walking club, a recycling club that's ran by our wellness champ, which is Nikki Allen. And then we also have a theater club that's ran by Diana Denniston, who's our math coach. This is a picture of our Math Ag Day, and this is just an activity that the kids we've provided for our students. And Math Ag Day was actually a big day for us. All the activities that we had were standard-based, and Diana Denniston did a wonderful job of coordinating all the activities. She had the FFA students from the Garden City High School and Holcomb come out and help us, and then Farm Bureau also came out and helped with the activities. And some other positive things that we have, this is led by teachers. We have a positive discipline referral system that we have going on. Our teachers actually, they pick a student who's done something really positive, and then we go in and recognize them with a star. And then we also have colorful kids. So those are just kids that are doing good things in their classroom or good things around the building, and they're being recognized on Monday morning assemblies. And then we're currently going into CHAMPS, a system that we're implementing in our building. And field trips, this is all our classrooms. They all get to participate, as Markayla said, into some wonderful opportunities. The kids they have a couple field trips that they get to go to, and the good thing about those field trips is that it's usually to a place that most of our kids don't have a chance to go with their families, so we're providing those opportunities with the school. And then we have some great leaders. We have our VO Stuco, which is our student council, and it's led by 3rd and 4th graders, which Markela is part of Stuco, and so is Gregory. And they do box tops. They count the box tops and cut them out and put them in baggies. And they also have snack sales that they completely run. So they do the inventory, they do the money taking, exchanging, and all of that. And then we also have reading buddies in our school. And right now we currently have kindergarten, 3rd grade, and 4th grade classes that interact with one another. And so basically we have our upper grades, the 3rd and 4th graders, who are tutoring or, you know, working with our little kindergarten kids to help them to become better readers.
Okay, I'm going to be talking about our iPad usage at Victor and Alice. Students have the opportunity to use iPads on a daily basis for educational purposes, and a lot of us teachers got together and talked about different apps that we wanted to use, and some that we use are Shobi and Edmodo, and they are just apps that give us the chance to give our kids an exit ticket or go more paperless with their learning. We use the iPads as resources for data, conferencing with students, and instruction. So it's way easier for me to just be on my iPad and send something to somebody else, or be walking and show somebody as we're going down. And it's easy to pull kids off one by one and be like, this is how you're doing, how can we fix this, or just show them a quick report on Lexia. And our school is going to be an iPad pilot for the Kansas State Assessment, which takes place in 2 weeks. And we are very lucky and happy to have them.
And appreciative, it sounds like. Staff development continues at Victor and Alice. We have developed pods from the model school model when we went this summer. Some of the discussions that we've had in pod meetings are the vision and mission statements, CHAMPS, the positive reinforcement program that we're starting, and we are going to pilot looping for Victor and Alice next year. Just a few classrooms to start, and hopefully the other teachers will follow. We have weekly grade level meetings, and during these meetings we focus on curriculum frameworks and strategies. We also focus on rigorous lesson planning and data analysis among our teachers and students. We have teacher leaders that lead professional development for us and committees throughout the year. And as Mercedes and I talk, the staff is what makes Victor and Alice a great place. Makes students want to come. I'd like the staff members to stand that came tonight. And Gregory would like to end our presentation with his why Victor and Alice is a great place to be.
Victor and Alice is a great place to learn because there is no bullying. It's a safe place to learn. Student council is a good role model for young students. Sometimes our counselor helps us solve problems. We get to do real fun activities like math ag day, math games, and dodgeball, 4th through 3rd grade. We have cool clubs like running club, choir, Harry Potter club, too. Breakfast is free, but lunch is not free. We get to go to a field trip to the museum in Liberal. We even get to go to the zoo. Our PE teacher and our music teacher are showing us cool stuff we didn't know. Our nurse keeps us safe so we can come to school every day. We even get to play Jeopardy when we are about to have an assessment test. We have nice and fantastic teachers too. Everybody loves to use the iPads for our wax museum. We have a wax museum every year. We have a picture of Mr. Victor. We have friends so they can help us when we are in trouble, confused. When we have difficulties with our homework, they can help us. Third graders get to read to kindergartners. Fourth graders get to do, say, science fair. It will be pretty cool because they will tell you about their experiments. Sometimes we have fundraisers, and we use that money, and that money goes to the buses. That way we can go to field trips. When we even get crazy days because it might be bring crazy socks, colorful shirts, crazy hats, and tennis shoes. We have cool assemblies like when lunch bunch is called and when colorful kid is called. Everybody gets excited and crazy. Our principal likes to come and see what we're doing. We even learn how to practice tornado, fire, and intruder drills too. That is what makes Victor Nellis a great place to learn. Thank you very much.
Great job. Good job, student presenters. Is it Gregory? And Markayla? Good job. I know that's really nerve-wracking to speak in front of people, but you both did a great job. And I can really tell that you really love your school and it feels like a family to you. So that's really special, and we're happy for that because that's really what this is about. So, good job, Tracy. All right, thank you. Any questions?
I thought maybe he was going to say for a minute that the principal was really crazy.
Yeah. They don't know me that well. Yeah. Can I have Gregory and Michaela come through here?
Very nice.
So, when you sell snacks, do you sell healthy snacks sometimes too? Yes? Good job.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. Okay, we are, gosh, Dr. Dennis, you're so excited and
I'm
ready to go. We
Well, last
better,
time you snuck up
better
on me.
approve this consent agenda so you can get on it. No correspondence that I'm aware of. Anybody have any correspondence? There's probably some in here, but I haven't gotten to it.
Madam President, I move that we approve the consent agenda as previously amended.
Motion by Laura, second by Alex. Any discussion? All those in favor signal by raising your hand. Motion carries. All right, now Dr. Dennis is going to visit with us about the middle school enrichment program.
I am. I have some help with me tonight, which I'm grateful for. We've talked a lot over the last couple of years about enrichments and interventions. We want to support students who need the support, who need intervention, but we also want to challenge the kids who are doing well, who are scoring well and at the top. And that's the goal of the enrichment program at all levels. Tonight we're here to talk about enrichment at the middle level. There are a lot of different things we've tried in the curriculum and continue to try. And there's some really exciting things that have been done. But what I'd like to share with you tonight, or we would like to share with you, is something new and different and I think very exciting. Every year for the last 3 years, Garden City Recreation Commission has taken a group of students to Atlanta to participate in the Junior Theater Festival. This year, 21 students, I believe, went ages 8,
I think
about 10 to 18, kind of in that range. Most of them in the middle school range. They have a chance at this festival to perform, to receive feedback from Broadway professionals, to interact from kids across across the country. This year, as part of the festival, which is co-sponsored by Disney, Disney announced that for the first time they were going to make available licenses to perform The Lion King in schools, specifically middle schools. So Brian Seagraves, if I can have you come on up here. Brian's the arts director for the Garden City Rec. He and I got together and talked a little bit about what this might look like. And so I'm really excited tonight to share with you that as part of our enrichment program at the middle school, we are going to teach a curriculum and perform Disney's Lion King. So I've asked Brian to come and share a little bit about what that might look like.
The exciting thing about this is that Disney has developed a curriculum based on Common Core, based on national arts standards, and they've actually included an entire chart, I guess, that tells which part of the curriculum covers which standard and everything, and they have fully developed this curriculum. There are 18 sessions that go with it, and it provides handouts for group work. There's a journal portion where the kids have to think individually and write down their thoughts on what they've learned that day. There are sessions on cultural studies. There are sessions that do with art, like creating the masks, the African masks and things like that. And ultimately, those are the things that we will use during enrichment times. We will use those in conjunction with some rehearsals. And basically the entire theater process. They will learn the theater process as well as all these other great curriculum portions that goes with that. The end result being a performance of The Lion King Jr., which is an hour-long version of The Lion King. And so we're really excited. They give us all kinds of great ideas of how to simplify some of the costuming and the puppetry and all that. But they really do leave it up to the kids, the directors, the teachers, to go as big or as small as you want with the process, with the production value. So I'm really looking forward to it. We've already talked briefly with the principals, and they seem just as excited as I am to be able to offer this for the kids. We're looking at doing it during enrichment times, as well as adding an after-school component, and it will take some staff to help with that, both on the music level and helping the kids learn the music, as well as just using the teachers to help with the curriculum portion of that as well. And then I'm offering my services to come to those enrichments as often as I can, as often as my schedule allows, and to help bring my theater expertise to that, relying on the teachers to bring the educational component. So I'm really excited to partner with the middle schools on this. We've been, Dr. Dennis and I have been talking about how can we, bring the theater into the middle school, because there's only good can come out of it, not just because we're offering the arts to our middle schoolers, but because as a theater program, it can help those kids learn the skills that they can then, we can build our high school theater program. By those kids not walking in without knowing what theater is, they'll already have some of the foundations laid, and so the high school program can hopefully just grow because of that. So we're really excited about the possibilities that this can entail, and being able to utilize the amazing middle school theater that we have, and actually getting the middle school to use it as a theater. It will be an exciting opportunity.
Performance dates?
Performance dates, I think we were looking at the first
Early
weekend in December
December
is what we're looking at. That would give us time to really do plenty of rehearsal time, as well as get the curriculum. I think I said there are 18 lessons involved, so we've got to find our staff and then meet with them and really figure out how to work that curriculum in over the weeks of school.
So we're Common Core aligned, we're collaborating between two middle schools. We're doing something that really, I don't know, has been done many places like this, and we will be one of the first places in the country to perform The Lion King at a school.
It's very exciting and something to celebrate. Any questions or comments? I remember the first time I saw Lion King live. It was, I still remember that feeling. The costumes or the puppets, or I guess what you call them, was just breathtaking. I had to take my kids to see it. It's just amazing. So I hope you get that excitement and capture some of that. You can see that light come on in some kids. So for sure they'll be able to watch a presentation, a taped, but a presentation of the production.
There are, part of the curriculum has video that comes with it. We haven't received the curriculum yet, so I haven't gotten all the specifics, but I'm pretty sure it involves video of how they do it. One of the amazing things we got to see this year as part of their rolling out this curriculum was they brought some of the actors and the behind-the-scenes artists of The Lion King on Broadway and actually made the actor who plays Scar actually did all of his makeup, all of his costume right there on the stage while they were presenting. Yeah, while the presentation was going on over on this side of the stage, they were doing his makeup, they were putting on his headdress, they were showing his costume pieces. It was
and then Rafiki was there too.
Yes, and then Rafiki came out and showed how the Afrikaans speak. That Rafiki speaks in the show, and how there's a lot of the clicking, and just kind of showed the kids, and you could just feel the excitement as all these kids were, seeing this live, but then also knowing that some of them were going to get to do this. They actually did have a school there that had worked up a production number from Lion King Jr., and I mean their school production of it, just that number was amazing. So, and you could tell their kids absolutely loved it, and their kids became basically stars over the weekend. Their young lady who played their Rafiki, not the Broadway, but the school, was surrounded by kids the rest of that night and the rest of the weekend, going up to her, asking for her autograph and everything. It was really neat, and we're hoping to be able to offer that to some of our kids, the kids that do keep up their grades, and hopefully this will motivate them to keep up with their work and keep up their grades and their attendance and everything, so that they can continue to be in this enrichment and perform and become that celebrity among their peers, to some degree.
It's so exciting, the potential to see that fire start in some young child's life. That's awesome. And Jean, you've had personal experience with this.
Oh, I think it's great for kids, but I did want to also mention that I think this is a wonderful opportunity to have the community assets and the school district collaborate to the benefit of our community and our students. And I think that this is going to be a great thing, and I hope that we're able to encourage other assets in the community to come to us and bring ideas like this. This is great. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
It's a privilege.
I would also like to thank you for the other things that you've done for our kids too. The plays in a day when we don't have school. My two boys participated in one of them, and I know they're a little mad because I missed the Wizard of Oz audition. Sorry, but being able to work with us on things like that and helping our kids get involved, thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It truly is a privilege and an honor to work with the kids in our community. They're absolutely great. And we haven't really delved into the Munchkin rehearsals yet, so if they still want to be in it, let me know. I will sign them up.
Great. Any other comments? All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you coming. Okay. Moving on to unfinished business. Dr. Collins, we're going to go through the 2015-16 school calendar.
Absolutely. In your packet is the calendar that's recommended from the calendar committee. The committee, like we talked about last time, has a pretty specific process that they go through. The committee started meeting back in October, came up with a couple traditional calendars. Those went out to vote of staff in December, and then the committee turned their attention to creating an alternative calendar, which for about the third year in a row here is really focused on creating collaboration time. Got that out to staff in early February, and did some education, and then that went out for a second vote against the winning traditional calendar from December. The results came in 339 votes for the traditional calendar and 281 votes for the alternative, which is about a 55 to 45% split, which is the best or the closest that we've had to the alternative calendar carrying the majority. I think we kind of went about 2 years back, we had 25% for an alternative calendar, then we went to about 33 last year, we were 38%, and this year up to 45, so I think we're seeing some improvement there, some movement in the direction of embracing that type of a calendar. So the calendar that's in your packet is that traditional calendar. As the process indicates, that's the calendar that's being recommended to the board for the 2015-16 school year. That calendar does meet all the state requirements. It's very similar to what we have in our current calendar. I will tell you probably one of the most notable things in terms of its difference from from this year's calendar is this will be the first year in a while that the calendar our calendar would not, or our spring break would not match the community colleges. The community college's spring break is the week before. We have communicated that with the community college. The high school was represented on the calendar committee, and that is manageable, but that is a difference that we'll have next year moving forward. They kind of moved theirs up a week, and we left ours in essentially the same place where it's been. So.
Thanks, Dr. Carlin. I do want to thank several people. Brent Allen, Alex and Tess Koning, and Janet Bartell, who all went around and spoke in favor of the alternative calendar and highlighted the positive aspects that it provides both for student achievement and professional development, and how it allowed time for PLC time. And I think they are mostly responsible for the 7% increase that the alternative calendar received this year. I am deeply saddened that the traditional calendar won out by such a small margin, but it is what it is. Any other comments? I just think we've come so far in moving towards a model school district and model school conferences. Everything we've heard, data supports professional learning communities with professional development and student achievement. I'm not an educator. This isn't necessarily my opinion, but I've embraced the opinions of the people who are professionals in this area, and I feel like they know what they're talking about, and I'm just a little bit upset that we haven't gotten to the point where we can move in this direction. So, with that being said, any other comments?
Well, I did also want to say, within the traditional calendar, it seems to me that there still are opportunities for the teachers to collaborate and have some professional time together. And I think that it's really incumbent on all of us to try to use what time we do have the best that we can to create that teacher collaboration and professional discourse that we're looking for, because I think that utilizing that time the best in the best possible way with the traditional calendar will encourage those who maybe hadn't voted for the alternative calendar to maybe consider doing that if that's brought up again. I think we got to use this one in the best way possible, and then see where we are next year with the one that comes up.
Any other comments? I'm not sure if it's time to relook at the whole format on how we look at the calendars. I feel like waiting one more
year to hopefully go over the hump on the vote. I mean, we're losing a lot of time, and if it doesn't pass next year, I don't know if we wait another year, or I don't know when to start looking at alternative ways of even reviewing how the calendar is evaluated. I do know that this year we had a very active and involved calendar committee. I know they did a lot of work. I know this year we had a lot of people go out on their own time and use their own energy to discuss the positive aspects that the alternative calendar provides for kids. I really do feel it's best for kids. So I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss on how to proceed. I thought originally about sending it back to the calendar committee to try to get an alternative calendar to comply with personal planning time so that it would meet the requirements of the negotiated agreement. But after discussing that with Dr. Carlin, I feel that the committee would have already created that if it was possible. So I'm not really sure how to proceed, and I'd really like some feedback from the board.
I would have to disagree with Dr. Carlin on the thought process with the traditional, because I think when we're doing the traditional, we're thinking very traditional, and we're not thinking of creative ways to necessarily use our time as much as we are on the alternative. However, what I think we need to do, and if you're ready for a motion, I'll move to approve this calendar with the understanding that next year, I think what we need to do is tell the calendar committee that they need to be able to make the collaboration time that we want to see while following the negotiated agreement. And then have an alternative calendar. So we have the traditional calendar that fits everything that the negotiated agreement has in it, which could look really weird, being able to make sure that we have all the time that's specifically required in the agreement, and then we have the alternative, which would be something like maybe what we proposed this year. But because I don't know if we made it clear enough to the calendar committee to specifically say, find half a day or 2 hours or whatever it is of collaboration time for the traditional calendar, I don't know if sending it back would be the right thing to do at this point. So
I thought that we, as a board, did give that directive